Kat here again. I haven't been on for the last week because my lovely daughter brought us home a cold. And so the last week I've been struggling to speak without either coughing or sounding like an alien. So I'm feeling a lot better now, and hopefully I can get through the whole video without having to stop to cough or sneeze or have a drink to settle down my throat a bit. I'll try and go through things fairly quickly because this is my second attempt and the first one went way over time. So I'll get stuck right in. So I'm going to go through some things I've made in the last week because the one good thing about being sick is that you can be at home playing around at your craft desk a bit. So I've made a few things that I thought I'd show you, and also we had to go over to a town that's an hour and a half away because Chloe's birthday is coming up in May and I needed to get ready for the party because this year she's having a big party by getting all the stuff I needed to make everything. I wanted to start well in advance so I didn't run out of time. So while I was there I went op shopping because there's not a lot of range in the op shops in parks, and I also went to Spotlight. I didn't get a lot there, but I'll show you what I did get. So, things I've made. These tags, if you can see these ones, these are just all, so this is going to be the sort of distress ink stuff that I've done because I'm going to do some tutorials soon and I wanted to give myself a little bit of practice because I haven't used them in so long. Just to refresh myself and to make sure I knew what I was talking about when I went to do them. So here you can see these ones just basically show the backgrounds are all done with distress inks blended into each other, and just very basic. They're all stamped with distress inks. All these stamps you can see are all with distress inks except these two big images for these ones and the two butterflies are the only things that weren't done with the distress inks. So I'll go into more details about those ones when we do the tutorials. What else have I done? More distress ink stuff. This kind of shows the same thing, just the background, blending the colours in to make a pretty background, and then I've just stamped over the top. Something like that will go, you know, on a card or whatever it's going to go on. I just haven't gotten around to doing it with any of these ones. And all these ones are done as emboss resist style and using slightly different colours each time. And we'll go through that as part of the tutorials as well. So that is that. I also made this little card. There's a little boy who's turning 2 and this is his little card that I made for him. The side step cards are a bit intimidating. Well, any of the step cards are really intimidating at first, but when you jump in and have a go and realise, look at the instructions and realise what they're telling you, it's actually not that bad and they're not that hard. So this is just a very basic one, a little chipboard 2 there. I'm not sure what the stamps are, unfortunately, because I don't keep all the information for my stamps because I never thought I'd be doing anything like this. But then I've got glossy accents for some of the little bits and pieces, buttons and some embellishments. It's a very basic card, but it makes it look so much better when it's a step card like that. And then I'll show you the prototype. This is just very me throwing some stuff together to see what sticks to make Chloe's invitations. I really like the way it looks, but unfortunately it came out sort of too grown up, the front, for a 4-year-old's invitation. It was meant to be a lot more childish, but it's still, I like it. I think it looks nice. This part here will say let's fly away. Let's fly away, yes. So then we open it up. And inside, it's not finished, there'll be embellishments and whatnot, and it's not stuck in on the inside yet. So let's fly away to Neverland. And it's Fairies and Pirates, did you hear? Chloe's fourth birthday is drawing near. All you need is faith and trust. We'll provide the fairy dust. I completely stole that off something I saw on the internet, I'm not going to lie. That poem. And I just loved it, so I took it for the invitation. But the card itself is all my ideas and plans that I've come up with. So that will be all part of her Peter Pan themed party. Okay, so next, what I've done is made a lace fabric book. I've never made anything like this. This is all very new to me. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it came out because my last attempt at shabby chic did not turn out shabby chic at all, so I thought I'd give it a second go. And I think this has turned out so much better. Still not perfectly shabby chic, but closer, and it was a good experience. So I guess every time I try things, I'm going to get a little bit better at them. So I should say, at the start, I've just got a hair stuck in there, that unless I mention otherwise, pretty much every flower in this has come from Sonya Stepto, and she has made them. I'm learning how to make them, and I've even sent some off that I've made to people. But the easiest way that I can think is the ones that look really beautiful and really well made, they're Sonya's. The ones that are a bit wonky, they're mine. This image, all the images in this book came from this, which is Victoriana 1992 diary. And I've picked that up for 50 cents at Vinnie's at some stage. I've had it for a while and wanted to use it but never knew what to use it on. And there are just some beautiful, beautiful images in there. And, ooh, there's some cats fighting outside my window. I hope you guys can't hear that, that sounds awful. Yeah, and just some very beautiful ladies and beautiful scenes. So that's what I used in that one. So I'll do a quick flick through of this one. Sonya did a bit of a de-stash, and excuse me one second. Shoo! Oops. Sorry about that. Hopefully that scared them off. Yes, Sonya was doing a de-stash, and I picked up some stuff from her, which was great because Parks isn't the best for picking up items, and when I did come across a nice item or something like a piece of lace, I was really scared to use it and was hoarding them basically, and I needed to be a bit more relaxed with using them, and having some of the stuff that Sonya gave me made me a lot more confident in using them. So some of the laces and bits and pieces are from Sonya as well. But some cute little embellishments, a little bird, a little key, and things like this, and you'll see it throughout. A lot of these types of things are old brooches, or a lot of them are earrings, as you'll see. They came in a box of things that a man was getting rid of, and there were hundreds and hundreds of earrings. A lot of them were sort of 80s style, but there was some that were sort of the more antique-y style, more vintage style. So we'll do a quick flick through. That's another one of those beautiful images. You can see the little cameo. And that's part of an earring that's coming off the cameo that I added to it. These doilies, the tiny little doilies. That one is not one that I've made. I've been making some. I haven't done crochet in a while, so I'm jumping back in because they're so good to use as embellishments and things like this, so I've started making them again. So hopefully I'll have a nice stash of those soon. Made a little pocket on this side, see there. Now, as you can see, each page sort of has a slightly different colour scheme, and some of them move pretty far away from the shabby chic. Then there's that one. Again, the hat you see here, the absolutely adorable hat. That's another one of Sonya's flowers as well. This is pretty much a book for Sonya, isn't it? That's another one of those earrings. It's got a little cameo on it. And same with that one. So, and some of these laces and whatnot are just beautiful. This page is a little bit boring. Because I really fell in love with the image of the bird and I didn't want to cover it up. So I put it all on there and then didn't want to add anything. So that is a very minimalist page. I put another pocket on that side and some flowers and some doilies. But yeah, very unexciting page because I was too in love with that bird to cover him. Now this one, I just love this page. It's very unshabby chic with the amount of blue and whatnot, but still the kind of style, and I really liked it. So, and I just think this girl is just beautiful. Just love that. Hopefully the colours are coming out alright. And if you can see this flower here, this was made based on the tutorial by Jennings 644. Except I wanted this one to sort of be more twisted rather than just a flat flower. So you can sort of see the style I was going for here, where it's sort of more angled instead of just a straight out. It didn't turn out perfectly, but it turned out alright. So that was all me. If I'd done it to the really good tutorial, it would have come out perfectly, but I was experimenting with that. So let's see. Oh, this is the page with the little animals, little cats and dogs, which is pretty adorable. And more bits of earrings and doilies and little scraps of lace in different colours, which are just lovely. Oh, and I really like this little trim at the bottom, so cute. And then the back, now at the back again, this, not the top flower, but the things underneath are again made to the style of the Jennings 644 shabby chic flowers. But then I added, I ran out of hot glue and I added this to the top. And I didn't love it, but I didn't have any hot glue and I didn't want to pull it off, and so it stayed there. So it's a bit too chunky and doesn't quite fit there, and it should have been a nice little pearl or something on there, but I'm happy enough with that. Then a little metal embellishment there. And then the only thing that I actually bought new was the flowers used on the spine, which I actually bought in town, which is surprising because you can never find things like this in this town. So I just added the pearls and whatnot, and that's my first ever shabby chic lace fabric book. What else have I made? Let's see. Okay, this was just a little wooden jewelry box that Sonya, she's been too kind to me, gave to me as part of her D-stash, and I wanted to make it for my daughter, make it up and make it pretty, and also do something quite pretty. So again, I used one of the images out of that same book, that diary that I showed you before, and you can see that with all the lace trims, the flowers, these flowers that came in a kit. You can see those. Now when you open it up, I don't have much there at the moment because I want to buy a mirror to go in here, and as it turns out, it is a lot harder to buy a small mirror than I could have ever believed, so hopefully that'll come with time. I painted it white and then over the top with the a crackle paint and then the pink to give it that crackle effect, and then I sanded it down to give it a more of a vintage look. I added some earrings on as the knobs for the drawers, lined the inside with paper, same with the top, and I added some pearls to that. And on each side I've got the little doily with the cameo wrapped in the pearls, a little bit of lace trim on top, same thing on the other side, and then at the back it's just that pretty the pretty, as Chloe calls it, it's the ballerina skirt to go on the back, and a little trim, lace trim there at the top. So that was one of my first things of this style as well, so I'm trying a lot of new things at the moment and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to do more. So moving right along, that's all I've made this week. So I'll very quickly, hopefully I won't run out of time, go through some of the things that I have made, that I've purchased. So the only things out of this huge amount of things that we got from Spotlight, these were the things that were for me. Couple of little wooden flourishes. So Eiffel Tower and dress forms, because I just absolutely adore dress forms. So that's it for me from Spotlight. We seem to have... Oh yes, this is another one of the things from Spotlight that wasn't related to Chloe's birthday. This is a Batgirl mask, I guess. A black mask. I've made Chloe a black tulle dress that I'm going to dress her up as Batman and get some cute pictures of her. So hopefully you guys will get to see that at some point. And that is the mask that I got to go with it. Now, oh, more stuff for Chloe. So we got some pretty pictures to go in her room for a couple of bucks each, I think they were. Petite Princess and Tiny Diva. And also for Chloe, because whenever I go shopping she gets more than anyone else. It's just a pretty little fairy dress with little fairy wings at the back. Oh, but down to the important stuff. Now, I got this French language lab, which is a tin case with, what is that, a language book? Yeah, phrase book. And then a CD to teach you how to speak French. I don't want to speak French, I just wanted the tin because it's the perfect size for what I'm looking to do. I have a whole heap of old non-working CDs and I'm going to be making stuff with them, so that's the perfect size to go with that. So hey, if anyone wants to learn French, I'll be happy to pass on the insides of this to you. What else have we gotten? These things, which I haven't had a close look at yet. They're pretty adorable. Little, almost like cupcake holders, aren't they? They're a bit too paperish to put any sort of candle in. It'd be too scared they'd light on fire. I'm sure there's a use for them, but I don't know what that is, but I will find my own use for them. I also got 3 heart boxes in various sizes for $1.50 or something. So, some little fun things to decorate. Now, what else have we got? Some little wooden realised there was more in here. Glue. PVA glue gun. And a rubber. Okay. Little bits and pieces. I'm sure that goes with the helicopter. Some of it won't though. Oh gosh, I hope it all doesn't come with the helicopter. But little wooden bits and pieces which I like to paint up and do things with, so that'll be a fun one. I'm just thinking to myself, oh no, don't tell me this all goes, because I thought it was all different shapes and all different things, but now I'm thinking maybe it all goes with this one helicopter and I'm going to have no idea how to put it all together. Oh well. And I got this beautiful, I know there's a name for it, and I can't think of what the name is. I've been trying to think of it all day. That style of the little girls. So I got I think it's meant to be a curtain of these for a couple of bucks. And it's just beautiful. I'm going to find some sort of fun use for that. Now, doilies. Doilies. So I've got doilies and bits and pieces. Oh, it's not supposed to be there. So that pretty one, I think that's meant to be a Christmas one, but got that one there. And that one there. And again, because I'm making things with the CDs, that would fit really well with a CD. And now for the proper doilies. Some of these are proper, like this one, a proper antique style, vintage style doily. From the feel of it and from the look of it, I would say it is actually a vintage one. And some of these are quite good. They're big, so it'll just change the way I use them a little bit. But again, these are the proper ones at least. This one doesn't look at all vintage, but they are properly made crocheted doilies, which are very hard to find in parks. Probably everyone beats me to them. Just lovely ones. And then this little one with the crochet edge, which again looks a little vintagey. So pretty. And this little mini one. It's just lovely. Hopefully you can see them alright. And what else have I got? No, that's about it. Oh, there's these. Oh, Michael, my husband, thinks I'm going to break my ankles, but I also bought these. They're so blingy. So cute. I just had to buy them. And for a couple of bucks. Why not? So, that's it for me. That's my haul. That's my things I've done all week. And I shall speak to you all, hopefully, within the next few days with some tutorials and other bits and pieces. So thanks for listening. Hopefully I haven't yabbered on too much. And hopefully my cold is gone and I don't sound so horrendous next time. Thanks guys. See you later.